Thanks for watching TCEA Remote Learning. You can find more videos at tcea.org/remote-learning. My name is Miguel Gulen. I'm a Director of Professional Development for TCEA. You can find me on Twitter at mglearn. Our topic for today is exploring Microsoft accessibility. Pretty much anywhere you go in Microsoft tools, you will find accessibility options. Before we jump into that, though, I wanted to point out that if you're not a TCA member, or even if you already are, you can get a free 1 year membership that's going to give you access to all of the great resources here at TCEA. Be sure to visit tca.org/membership to find out more about that. So let's talk a little bit more about the Microsoft accessibility. You can find all the resources for this video online. Uh, you know, it's amazing what Microsoft has done over the last few years. They have worked incredibly hard to make their tools accessible to all learners. And there is no other tool that they've blended in to almost every aspect of their Office 365 or Microsoft 365 tools, as well as reached out and established partnerships with so many other solution providers than their Immersive Reader. You can find Immersive Reader in just about every single aspect. Now, I know we're talking about these tools in the context of remote teaching and learning, so I want to just point out that pretty much everywhere you click on this page, you're going to find access to resources. The first resource I want to call your attention to is this one right here. It's Remote Teaching and Learning in Office 365. When you click on that resource, it's going to bring up a web page that has the Remote Teaching and Learning in Office 365 education. You'll see resources for IT admins and school leaders. There's a Microsoft Teams quick guide to get you started. And there's also training and professional development that you can participate in and watch 100% online. And there's a Wakelet, which I will go through in just a little bit, that walks you through how to use a lot of the different tools. If you're an educator, it's very easy to get set up. You can pretty much work online on any device and web browser. Some of the power tools include, of course, office.com, but the real tools I think that are worth mentioning here are OneNote and Microsoft Teams. There's just so much concentrated in those two tools, and both of those are available to you through Microsoft 365. You'll also see other ideas as you scroll through this page. They sort of walk you through and highlight some of the great things that you can do. You can see that Microsoft is partnered with some other solution providers such as Pear Deck, Discovery Education, Flipgrid, and more. So all of those are resources available. This Wakelet that appears just opposite of that link was created by Mike Tholfsen, and Mike has really worked hard again to house all of these tools and videos and blogs related to the Microsoft Inclusive Classroom. It's really easy, I think, to say that with the Microsoft tools, if you have access to that environment and your students have access to it, there's really no reason why you are not able to facilitate remote learning and take advantage of the accessibility options. There are some great videos in this accessibility learning webinar series, so definitely make the time to watch them so you can get a deeper understanding of how each of those works. There's also a lot more about Immersive Reader, although we're going to talk some more about that, as well as additional components. So this is really like you've got Mike sitting in your office at home, ready to help you out and guide you through all of the wonderful ways that Microsoft has taken Immersive Reader and blended it in for your students. to get a big picture view, and I know it's kind of hard to see in the video as well or on the screen, but down the left hand side in blue you will see all the different kinds of um, accessibility options. So the learning tools that are here include read aloud and word or line highlighting, spacing and font size, page colors, syllables, line focus, parts of speech, translation, picture dictionary, dictation, math and equations. And then as you go across from each of these, you'll see what Office 365 tools these features are available. So for example, if we were focusing on a picture dictionary, you're going to be able to find that in OneNote on the web, OneNote app that's on your machine, OneNote iOS app, OneNote for your Mac, Word, Outlook, Teams, Flipgrid, Whiteboard, Forms, and Minecraft. So as you imagine, this picture dictionary feature is going to be available through all these products. And you can see that read aloud and word line highlighting also appears across all of these additional products. And these are just some of the Microsoft products, such as Flipgrid, OneNote, Outlook, Word, Office Lens. And most of these tools are available completely for free. So you could encourage your students to load the Office Lens app on their smartphone or their parent's smartphone, and then they can take a picture of text and they'll be able to read and process that on the screen and listen to it, have content read to them. Now, let's go ahead and take a quick look at Immersive Reader. I love this quote by Steve Krug. He says that the one argument for accessibility that doesn't get made often enough is how extraordinarily better it makes some people's lives. And then he asks us a very challenging question. He asks, how many opportunities do we have to dramatically improve people's lives just by doing our job a little bit better? And so Immersive Reader makes that possible. You can watch this terrific video featuring Mike and Sonia. It's about you can see it's
Hi everyone, Mike and Sonia here from Microsoft. We are here today to show you a deep dive on one of our most favorite tools, the Immersive Reader.
So they'll take a deep dive for about 17, almost 18 minutes that you can watch that will sort of really give you a big picture overview and pretty detailed. But if you go to tools like Wakelet, so if I go here and just go to wakelet.com, I can go into any one of my existing Wakelets, and you'll see that there is an icon that appears right there. And if I choose to click on it, this is going to flip us right over into Immersive Reader view. And right now I can just hit this play button and it's going to read that content to me. But I can also come in and adjust my reading focus. And remember, we were talking about the read aloud and highlighting and line features. Well, this is that one line. So the line focus. I also have the picture dictionary, and what's just blows my mind, and I think everybody else is in the same way, is that you can come in and translate what's being read to any language. So for example, if we were to go to choose Spanish, Latin America, and then click play.
Looking for copyright free or friendly images, video, or audio for.
So this will actually translate, can translate the entire document. So let me remove the line focus so you can sort of see this. You can see that it's not only punctuated properly, but it's also has in Spanish. So this is just an incredible resource that's available to students at home and who may be also learning a different language, or whose first language may be different than English, other than English. So you can also come in and, of course, easily identify nouns, adjectives, adverbs, and color code them. And you can show labels. And so this will, as you can see, a video is a noun. Um, and as and the picture dictionary will also come into play when you click on a word. If there is a picture for it, it will appear. Isn't that amazing? You can also adjust the size of the text, make it smaller or bigger, easier to read. If you're dyslexic or if your students are dyslexic, you can adjust it to the Comic Sans, which is works better for dyslexic students. You can change the background colors to whatever best works for them. And you can also adjust the voice settings. You can make it female or male, and you can have it speed up or slow down.
Podcasts, video creations, or documents. Then you'll love this collection of content.
So it is just very easy.
Content. What's more, use the link shown below to
So it's very easy to put content. All of this is right there inside of Wakelet. But what's the beauty of Immersive Reader is that it's also available in Bunsey, Nearpod, ThinkLink, and all of these other resources or tools that are out there. So if you haven't experienced that, it's pretty powerful. I also want to quickly show you this video. Um, it's a watch what's happening. There's a book of text, and using Office Lens, they're going to take a quick picture.
Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout. Would not take the garbage out.
Isn't that amazing? So you have access to all of those immersive reader tools right there in the app on your mobile device, on your smartphone or your tablet. And this is through Office Lens. So you're able to just you get this free app loaded on your device, and you're set to go. Now, Immersive Reader is also available in your browser. There's a offline extension that you can get for Microsoft Edge, and then if you're a Chrome user or Chromium browser user, and I know there's Microsoft Edge Chromium Edition too, you can take advantage of that. There's a quick video walkthrough of how to add this extension, but it is pretty straightforward and works very similar to what I just shared with you. Microsoft Forms also has Immersive Reader embedded in it, and so if you're creating forms, and this is great if you're creating quizzes for students, you can use Microsoft Forms and take advantage of the Immersive Reader. You can depend on Immersive Reader, so knowing that your students will be able to use it to help them process text and information. There are also some interactive classroom guides that you can explore on this page, and you'll see they talk about helping students read more effectively, as well as inclusive math tools, inclusive writing tools, and improving student and parent communication. Each of these interactive guides, let me just go ahead and click on one, will play as a video, and then you'll be expected to sort of work through it. As you can see, this first component is about 7 minutes long, and it may branch out into others, but that is just a pretty great resource. Now, in the classroom, Jennifer Gonzalez from Cult of Pedagogy has some great suggestions. If you're not using OneNote and you have access to OneNote for use with your students, especially with OneNote Class Notebook, it is a phenomenal resource for sharing handouts and notes. To give you an idea of just some of the possibilities, I have a real world samples OneNote that you can access online, and there's examples here or student pages for all content areas. So as you can see here, it loads up, and students can actually write on write on the content of the screen. They can work collaboratively in groups, and a lot of this data can also turn into grades that will feed into Microsoft Teams. So OneNote just brings and extends the learning that's possible and makes it easy to share content. So I hope that you'll explore the tools that are available, especially Immersive Reader. And I do want to share one more um, tool before I turn you loose, and that is translator.microsoft.com. I'm really grateful to Seth Fuel for sharing this one. When he shared it, just sort of blew my mind. The translator.microsoft.com, if you go to that website, you'll notice that you have two options. One is to join a conversation or start a conversation. So this means that you can start a conversation with students and be facilitating a presentation, and students will log in, they'll join the conversation, they'll enter whatever code you came up with, they'll put their name, and then they'll pick what language they speak or they prefer to learn in. And then they click enter and they join that conversation. So here's a conversation that I'm starting. And so now this is working. Um, but you can see I can share this address or QR code with my students, and they will be able to participate. I can type a message in English and they will see it in whatever their native language is. So pretty powerful tools for accessibility and other learning tools that are available here. Thanks so much for joining me for this particular quick overview of Microsoft Accessibility. I know we've only scratched the surface. I do encourage you to explore some of the resources, especially the Wakelets, because they will get you in deeper on all the great things that are available. My name is Miguel Gulen. You can reach me at mglearn on Twitter, and I hope that you'll check out some of the other TCEA remote learning videos that are available at tca.org/remote-learning. Thank you for joining me.